Hello, this is Dave at TitleSearch.com. In this video, we're going to talk about different types of deeds as far as transferring property rights. The first type of deed we're going to talk about is a warranty deed. A warranty deed is the most protective type of deed that a buyer can receive. If you're purchasing property, you want to receive a warranty deed. What the warranty deed does is it makes sure that the seller or the grantor assures that he is the rightful owner of the property. He will defend that ownership that he transfers to you, and it guarantees that there's no other encumbrances. A warranty deed in most states comes with covenants, and the most common types of covenants in almost every state are 4 or 5 that go like this. The first covenant is what's called the right of seisin, S-E-I-S-I-N, and that means that the seller's promising that he has title on the property. It's not somebody else's property, he's got the right to it. Number 2 is a covenant of the right to convey, that owner that's selling it to the property to you not only owns the title but has the right to convey it. Just because you own it, you might have restrictions on conveying it. So the second covenant is the right to convey. The third covenant that a warranty deed usually includes is the covenant against encumbrances, making sure that the seller owns the property, has the right to convey, but also doesn't have any encumbrances on the property. There's no liens, there's no mortgages. Number 4 is what's called a covenant of warranty of quiet enjoyment, meaning that after you buy the property, no one's going to come back to you and say, hey, that's my house, or you can't use the house for this, or there's certain restrictions, and any of those would need to be disclosed. Number 5 is the covenant of further assurances. That means that if any of these things come up, if somebody comes up later and says that the seller didn't have the title to the property, or there was encumbrances, that the seller will do whatever they need to do to correct those defects and effect actions to assist you as the buyer. So that's the warranty deed. Second type of deed, second most common, is a quitclaim deed. Complete opposite end of the spectrum. A quitclaim deed means that the seller is making no representations that the title is even valid. They're not representing they own the property. They're not representing the property's any good. They're not representing anything. In fact, I could sign over a quitclaim deed to you for the Empire State Building. Since I don't own the Empire State Building, you'll be receiving nothing of value. So a quitclaim deed is just saying, look, whatever I have, it's yours, and take it or leave it. So a quitclaim deed a lot of times is used to change names on a property or to correct a misspelling. Another type of deed is a sheriff's deed. That's something that a government will use as far as a foreclosure, a tax auction, a mortgage foreclosure. It's used typically in a judicial state where the foreclosure has to go through the courts. Sometimes comes with a right of redemption, meaning that whoever was foreclosed upon, that the sheriff stole the property, they have the right to pay back and get that property back for a certain period of time with penalties. A bargain and sale deed is sometimes used in certain states. It implies ownership like a warranty, but it doesn't guarantee the ownership. It says, look, I think I own this property. I believe in good faith that I'm the owner and that you're going to own the property, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. This, in many cases, is used by government agencies, fiduciaries such as executors of estates or attorneys that are transferring property that they believe in good faith they have the right to transfer, but they're not guaranteeing anything. Grant deed is a term used, it's more of a generic term. It does have some warranty provisions like a warranty deed, but it's not. It doesn't have all the covenants that the other one has. A grant deed basically says, look, I own this property, I'm selling it to you. There's probably no mortgages, there's probably no liens, but I'm not guaranteeing that I'm going to go fix anything if it pops up later. So those are the 5 different types of deeds that are most common. In some states there's other versions of those that are similar but have a different name on them. In almost every case, a deed is going to have 3 important elements. It's going to have a grantor and a grantee, somebody who's granting away rights, somebody who's receiving rights. The grantor normally has to sign it. It has to be in writing. In almost every state there's a provision called the statute of frauds, and that means that real estate transfers have to be in writing. There has to be a consideration, meaning that there's a reason why that property is being transferred for X amount of dollars or for some other consideration that's being transferred, and there has to be witnesses and notaries to make sure that the signatures are valid and the person is actually who they say they are. That's an overview of the types of deeds. Again, it's not intended to be any kind of legal advice or final conclusion about what these deeds mean, but at least gives you some idea of what a deed might be with that name on it. So if you want more information, You can reach us at our website, titlesearch.com. There's probably a link right below that you can click on and get more details if you need them. And of course, if you think this information would be helpful to others, go ahead and click the forward link and share it with somebody, a colleague that you might think might be helped by this. See you on the next video.